we have had to remake all of the main caps for all of my SMX blocks. And you put the food in there, you set it, and you forget it. And that was their catchphrase. Set it, forget it. Hey everybody, update on SMX and SML stuff. So obviously back from drag week, and had the guys working on stuff while I was gone, and here's where we're at. The small little things we're just have been trying to fix. One or some small little things. One major thing that we've had to fix on the SMX blocks. So please bear with me. I have. If you've bought an SMX from me, an SML from me, we are on it. It just isn't a matter of we call somebody up and buy something and put it together. Okay, really explain that. These things, and we're trying to get these, and there's really big news coming. But we're trying to be, honestly, trying to do these 100% in-house so we can control absolutely everything. So, and then we can have we have a little problem, let's pretend it leaks oil right here, or does something, we can find out all these little spots, or this doesn't quite fit right, or we're still finding out all these little things as I assemble the engines and figure out things that are going on, and then they run, and then I see what they run like and see how things change or don't change, and what hits or what rubs. You're always doing something. Always doing something. There's a reason why there's like 400 engineers and billions of dollars put into the LS engine to make everything just bolt on and work. Well, I'm not 400 engineers and don't have billions of dollars, or millions of dollars. So anyways, I thought I'd show you some of the things that we're working on right now to correct, and then putting the sleeves in the block. Unfortunately, so one of the things that we just found out is just on one side of the block that we gotten, these counter bores tapered down like this. So we're having to recut counter bores, redeck surfaces, get things all correct dimensions there. We had to change some things up here to fit and make our water plates that are bolted in here. So that had to be done. Let me roll this over here real quick. That's the fast button. But the lifter bores are all right. So if you remember, you go back into mine and had messed up on lifter bore angles, and I had to fix that. Lifter bore angles are correct. Everything looks good there. Cam tunnel's nice. Just some small fit and finishment stuff up through here. This thing on one side, it kind of screws us up a little bit, but that's why we're actually putting these. Every block is now going in this machine and probing it out to measure and make sure it's exactly the way it's supposed to be. Like I said, there's some really big news coming here down the road. The other thing that we'll see here is, and then since this side is got this taper and is actually wrong, we can fix that and make everything square and perfect, but then I have to duplicate it on this side. So it takes us all this time to go back and make everything the same. Then, unfortunately, there was just a machining error and probably a setup error that we have had to remake all of the main caps for all of my SMX blocks. That's just, like I said, it's just a machining error. Something got missed, or there was just a little problem, and it all has to do with this thrust surface here. The cap doesn't line up, and then the front cap doesn't line up exactly the same. So I can't just band-aid it over. I can't just we can't just like hit two buttons over here and it fixes it. It's a major deal. So we're making all new caps, and these center caps weren't quite as wide as what they're supposed to be. So we're making new stuff there. Have hardware for these. Believe it or not, these main studs, these are actually some temporary main studs that we're using to mock up and do stuff with. But the final main stud that goes in this engine cost me $82 a piece. $82, $82, $82, $82, $82 to get these super Billy Bad Boy studs that don't break, don't have any problems. If you remember, I had a stud breakage deal. Yes. So, taking care of that. I have all those, but I'm not even getting them wet, not doing anything. We're using mock-up stuff to do machine work, to fit and finish, and those things are going in. Caress them. I have them put to bed. They're all laying in their little hammocks all by themselves, and then I'm gonna take them out of their little package and then screw them in because it sucks. So, man caps, just giving you a heads up on some of this stuff that we have to do and why it's just not an instantaneous thing. We just cannot just knock this stuff out super fast. As we get more and more everything in-house and doing stuff, we'll have all that control over everything. And like we do on cylinder heads, really good on cylinder heads right now. We'll go over there real quick. I'll show you this. So I have, if you want to take a look at, you want to see thousands of dollars worth of valve guide seats, all sorts of stuff. These are SML heads that they're getting finished off. These are SMX heads that are getting finished off. These are all the componentry for each cylinder head. So we're going to be putting, actually Cody is going to be putting in seats, guides in all the SML heads, SMX heads. Those will be done. SMX blocks are, I'm really hoping I'm going to have these done this week. I'm pretty sure we're going to have them all done this week. And we're going to have all these SML blocks done this week. So Cody's working on the SMLs right now. Over here are the other 4 blocks. So all 4 blocks, you saw me put the sleeves in on Jason's Sacks, the SML build for Jason Sack and the Cowboy Up Nova. These are the other 5 blocks right here for the 5 other customers. We have decked, or everything is done on these. We have now gotten the sleeves in them. So all these blocks have gotten sleeves now. So we're now final boring, decking, gonna do stroker clearance. We did do a program. You guys had questions because I showed you the stroker clearance on the block, how you do that. We do have Brock Rose stroker clearance program for up in there. We don't cut, it still leaves a area to match to in the sleeve, because the sleeve's really easy to grind and cut to match up to the aluminum in the block. So super cool there. Cody's gonna be cutting this thing. We're gonna show you how the stuff's machining over here on the SMX and on the SML. Got both machines and both guys running them on the same time. I'm back over here running other stuff and taking care of other business and trying to get other things lined up. So watch these things. It's awful cool. So it showed you some bunch of stuff on Brock doing machine work on this, fixing some stuff on it. We still don't have the correct front and rear main cap for it yet. We have to have those made, but it is ready to go in the hone. I don't need to have the correct cap on there. We just need to have them torqued. Okay. So you can see here, woo, thing of beauty. Cody's getting ready to hone this thing. I'm gonna put chamfer on top of the bores first too. Yeah. So chamfer on top of the bores. All these go for 500. So we're putting it in the Rottler, king of all hones, and it kind of. Oh, you know what they had this one infomercial on, and it was like this little grill thing, and they would always say set it and forget it. You put it in there, and you put the food in there, you set it and you forget it. And that was their catchphrase: set it, forget it. Set it and forget it. You're gonna set it in the machine, set everything all up, hit the button, forget about it. You come back and the thing's perfect. It's still super cool. I'm super impressed with it. And the Rottler's still over here cutting SML block. So Cody's multitasking. Does my heart good to see Cody multitasking. So we're gonna put this thing in the hole and start honing this thing. Also, before we set this in the hole, you're going to notice that I did not put a torque plate on it. I have a torque plate for this. I have put it on, I take it off. It makes zero difference. The bores are so thick on this all the way around, and the way I have these studs go all the way down in the bottom, they do not affect the cylinder bore. Period. Put it on, take it off. I don't care how many times you do it. It doesn't do anything. So don't freak out when you see we don't have a torque plate on here. We do put torque plates on other engine stuff, depending on what it is. But for the SMX block in particular, it does absolutely nothing. So we don't bother even putting it on. right, so you saw Cody doing the receiver grooves in this. This is the next block that's going into it. I think he's got, let's see how many he's got done here. That one's got to go. Well, shoot, man, he's only got, yeah. Well, we're going to keep on going because I got all that one's done, and these 3, and that one need to get done. So 4 more got to get done. The sleeves are real hard material on these, so we have to run really slow, and here's what the problem is. So this one, he's just double checking the setup, making sure everything's cool, and then he's going to run that. And you also just watched and witnessed the hone, and it is spot on the money. Let me turn on the lamp here. And it is just spot on the money. You see him check it. It's amazing because when we set the size, the diameter it's going to, it just makes them perfectly straight all by itself. You saw it. It moves to the next hole by itself, moves to the next hole by itself, moves to the next hole by itself, hones the whole thing. You come back, you stick a bore gauge in there, and it is perfectly straight, perfectly round, and exactly on size to the other ones. We flip the block over, set it up in that hole. This is the one time you're going to hear me say this. We hit the magic green button, and it just goes. It's amazing. So after you have all the proper setup, after you have the proper tooling, and then so now this is all done. This block is all roughed in. Cody's going to run the finish plateau hone through it. And if you want to see more about this, you can go down to, you can see the link. Here we'll definitely put one link of this CNC running with the profilometer with the Rottler guys here when we got the machine. Really cool, informative video. So anyways, I'm Steve Morris. Like, subscribe, buy some merch, help us out. I appreciate all of you. Have a great day.